I liked the law. I'm fascinated with law, and I worked in a law firm after law school. And there was a moment that stood out for me there that's part of my faith journey as well. One of my colleagues, who was a great person and a very good attorney, I was working as a junior person on a case where someone was paralyzed and it was sad. And this person was practicing an opening argument and almost started to weep because of the sadness that he wanted to convey to the jury. And as he was doing it, and I had arrived, if you will, because I was working at a downtown law firm, and it was a fairly prestigious place, and the professional role I had at that point had credibility with all the constituents or friends or family. And as he's saying this about this case, it just hit me inside. I said, I got to leave here. If this is as good as it gets to kind of make this hypothetical pretend argument before a trial that's never going to happen, if this is as good as it gets, then I need to go. And so I quit soon after. I said, this isn't for me. And I said, they said, what are you going to do? And I said, I don't know, I think I'm going to teach. Now, I didn't have family or children at the time, so I had the luxury of making that decision. But I went back into education. And as it turns out, I feel like maybe the whole time there was this kind of calling. And it was a calling for me to do what I needed to do to satisfy my own deepest needs. Father Himes nails it when he talks about vocational discernment. And he says, a privilege of being here is that you can ask what you love, what brings you joy. Because a lot of people in the world can't ask that. They have to go and fetch water at your age every day. But we get to ask and try and answer that question. What do you love and what brings you joy? Are you good at it? Right? I used to love baseball. And then once the ball was thrown about 80, I couldn't hit it anymore. Right? So I wasn't good enough at that. And then what does the world need you to do? And I started to find that in teaching. I think without knowing those questions, we're much more intentional and explicit today at Boston College than we were when I was a student about Jesuit principles and Ignatian spirituality. And what I find great and emancipating about Ignatian spirituality is that it's not dogmatic. It's about a God that's, looking to surprise you in all ways, in small ways, right? In random ways. Meeting someone tonight, right? You might meet your new best friend tonight. It's amazing, what our campus has, right? What great people we have here.